Welcome to the interactive body balance radio show for health and fitness tips.
All right, team, here we go. Welcome back to Interactive Body Balance Radio. I'm your host, Mike Disick, and thank you guys tuning into the show today. We're going to talk health, fitness, nutrition, and personal development. I believe the show is going to air on August 25th, 2021. Summertime here in Canada, and I just really hope you guys are enjoying life and living life to its fullest. I know, talking to many executives and many people, they are in vacation mode for the next week and a half until after Labor Day. So I hope all of you get some time to get away, to vacation, to spend some time with the family, to disconnect, to get in nature. That is what I hope for you, and we plan on doing the same thing. But, as you know, I get a lot of messages every day via email, via text message, doesn't matter what mechanism, social media. And I know a lot of people are struggling with some mental health right now, right? So as nice as it is and as good as it appears to a lot of people, I know people are struggling getting through the pandemic, right? So they're getting through some of the issues they're facing, and if it could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could just be lack of motivation, it could be anything. They're struggling with mental health, right? They need a boost. They need to get back on track. They need to change some things in their lives, and that's why I'm going to do a quick show on how I address mental health or anxiety or any kind of mental concerns with people. And again, I do these shows if I have enough requests for them and enough people reaching out, and I know it's an issue, right? I know it is anyhow, but people reaching out just further validate that. Okay, a couple things that I've seen. These are my own opinions. Okay, you can look at the literature, you can look at the documentation, you can look at the science. I do that as well, but then I also go with what I see with the patient client base, and hundreds and thousands of people that I've worked with over the years. So I look at what goes on with people. And these are, again, my opinion, my objective, anecdotal evidence, augmented, like I say, with the science. So, a couple things with mental health. There is a predisposition to, so there's a genetic association with mental health and anxiety in particular, right? There's some genes like the COMT gene, the CRHR1, FKBP5, the ACE gene. You guys get the point. There's, 30 to 40% of anxiety disorders or even mental health. Let's just group them into that for an example. And I know that can relate to bipolar and schizophrenia and all that stuff. And I've done shows on this before. I think even as recently as 7-8 months ago. But let's just focus on some anxiety right now because this is a big one for people, where there's a genetic predisposition to it, and you can find that out to see if you have the genes for it, right? I've run it. Your doctor can go run it for you. Please, you can get it done. So there is that, to see if you're going to have a genetic predisposition to anxiety. The second thing is environmental, right? So your lifestyle and what's going on around you, your relationships, and all that great stuff. And I'll kind of leave that till the end. But a big one too that I mention with a lot of people, and I said before, is your upbringing, right? Your subconscious program. So growing up, what happened to you? How are you wired? What led you to, have these subconscious programs and actually called epigenetics, so express your genes in a certain way. And working with so many people, I find out stuff during pregnancy, during birth, after birth. I always say the first 8 years. So nonetheless, if you start, checking off some of these boxes to understand why you have, these anxiety, why you have some mental concerns, look at your genetics, look at your subconscious program. So the first 6, 7, 8 years of your life, what happened, what shaped you, were there trauma or events that happened in those first years, have you dealt with them? Are you still dealing with them? Do you need to reprogram your brain, etc.? And again, obviously, as I said, the lifestyle, environment, stressors, what's going on in your current day, your current life. So analyzing all three of those, there's different approaches, frameworks, solutions you can apply. Okay. I'm going to give you just a couple of them. This is very complex, very multimodal, but I'm going to just give you a couple that I know work for people and they can help you along. So I always say to people, and I did a post I think on Instagram yesterday on the gut-brain axis, right? So get your gut in order. you can test your gut, right? You can, they're very cheap these days. I think it's $139 or something like that. Test your gut. See what's going on with your gut. The food you eat, affects your gut and the bacteria and the parasites, the pathogens, the viruses in your gut, and then it directionally affects your brain. Look it up now. The science is that we wrote a book on it, but gut-brain axis, gut-brain health. Your gut, the level of health of your gut affects your mood and your personality and how you feel. So what I'd recommend is get tested for your gut, see what's going on, and see how you can improve your gut. I always say the gut flora, but also the nutrition, right? The food you eat. What should you be eating to help out? What types of foods, what kind of foods work well for you? Once you get tested for that, then you can determine what you should eat to become optimal and become healthy. That would be a step. You can run a genetic test, as I said. You can run the test for your gut. And of course, another one you can run is an organic acids test, or even a Dutch panel to see your hormones and where you're out of alignment. So I look at those as physiological, biochemistry, chemically, what is going on in your body? What's going on with you, right? Once you know that, then you can develop a protocol to change your brain and to change your mood, to change how you perceive the world, right? Number 2, big one, you got to reprogram your brain. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. I listen to podcasts daily, as you know. I was listening to Dr. Joe and Dr. Mark talk. I've listened to Joe for 7-8 years now. He's one of the good guys on reprogramming the brain. So to get rid of some programs that don't serve you anymore, and you might be holding on to the past or old events or trauma, as I mentioned there, you have to undo those programs, and you have to create new programs that build the neurotransmitters, that build the neural pathways, that build those chemical pathways that you want to use. So work with someone who's talented to help you with the reprogramming. Again, get rid of the programs that don't serve you and build new, pathways that do serve you. This is tricky. This is good. I know people who can do it, but I'd just like to give you advice. Dr. Joe Dispenza, go listen to his work. Very good at talking about this. I thoroughly enjoy him in his work. That's all I say, right? And another one, and it's true, is to kind of build on that point number 2, is work with someone who's qualified, right? Work with someone who can help you with this. I find that to change programs and to change your life and to get back on the right track, you need kind of consistent work for at least 6 months to a year. So what does that mean? Get someone qualified who can show you some of these techniques, can show you how to reprogram your brain, and can help you through these difficult times, right? So if you're struggling with mental health for those various reasons, there are patterns and tools that you can use to restructure and rewire that brain and those pathways. So I know many good people. I'm going to be speaking with one tonight, and he's a great fella. And we're going to talk about some of this stuff here because these are real life examples of real life issues in what's going on in this world, right? So I say that because continual ongoing support is really important, right? To reaffirm, to instill new habits, to instill new rewiring, to instill new thought patterns, to take control of your mind. That is what you need to do, and people who are qualified can help you with that. So folks, as I said, you can test yourself to see where you're at. What is your baseline? I love data. Number 2, right, you have to work on the reprogramming, get rid of the old programs that don't serve you or they're holding you back, and build new pathways that will help you and change your mindset. And number 3, work with someone who's qualified to reinstill and employ and implement these new, modalities, these new techniques, these new programs that can help you move forward on a consistent basis for months, if not up to a year, and then you're on your way and you're going to get really good. All right. That is my take on it. I hope people listening to this, you can take that for what it's worth. I speak on I have a lot of knowledge on this because people reach out and they tell me what they've been doing for decades, and a lot of it doesn't work, and they've been going through the hamster wheel of life. That being said, always consult your medical doctor first. I'm not your medical doctor. Consult with them always on your mental health and what they recommend for you. But if you're looking for just some guidance that I said is work with my patients and clients, this is what we're here for. This is what we do, right? All right, MikeDasick.com, and the site is up and running. It looks great. I hope you guys like it. InteractiveBodyBalance.com. Head on over there. You can just go peruse through it, right? It's all free. You can look at the podcast, the articles, everything we put out there. This is just what we do, right? We try to help you guys and make it feasible for everybody to get to. So head on over there. info@MikeDaciuk.com. It's always been the email. So info@MikeDaciuk.com. Social media is Mike Daciuk. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Interactive Body Balance. First book, Transformation from Within. It's free on the website. You can go download it for free. Second book, How to Restore Your Health. I know you can download a few chapters on there. It's more functional medicine based, more technical. But you can buy it for, I think, $5 or something. It doesn't matter. We want to give back. That's why we do it. It takes a long time to write books, but the job is to give back. Okay, so I hope you guys can do that. I think we're going to write a third book, as I said, on addiction. Big problem that people have, and I think we're going to do that. So just drop me a line if you want to see that book, because I've already framed it, and I'm just determining if I'm going to spend the time to write 30,000 words, right? So it's just what we do. All right, you know my angels. I love my angels immensely. I love the whole family. I love lots of people in the sense of helping them, right? What are my angels? Number one, you got to work hard. Number two, you got to add value to the world. So your skill set, your tools, your abilities, what you're really good at, your God-given talents, share it with the world. Number three, help other people. Go to your way to make their lives easier. Pull out chairs, open doors, volunteer, give to charity, help other people. And number four, smile and have some fun. People ask me a lot about getting stuff done. This is my take. You got to know when to push. You got to know when to pull. You got to know when to take it easy, and you got to know when to put the pedal down. For me, I'm going to take some time the next 10 days or so to relax, enjoy nature, enjoy this land. We're going to travel and unwind and kind of regroup with that. And I think that's what's needed, right? So, if I'm not responsive to the next, starting on the weekend for the next week, it's because I'm re-engaging with nature and good times. So that's what I mean by say smile and have some fun. All right, team, take care. Live with passion, live with purpose, live with intent. You know where to reach us. Go out and live your best life. And until then, we'll talk to you. Bye for now.